So one thing I see quite a bit with gun dogs, their intelligence level leads them to sometimes turn around training into something that we are not planning. So I've seen a few client dog teams this week who have had a similar issue in that they've been doing some positive and reward based training. But it has gone slightly awry. So what is happening now is instead of that positive reward based training going in their favour, it's actually going against them. So one good example would be, say you've trained recall with a reward. Somehow you've slipped into bribing with that reward to showing the reward or saying this popular one, what's this? And what happens then? Your dog starts to stand off and not come back when you recall because your dog is thinking, well, now hang on a minute. Like, I'm waiting for the what's this? I'm waiting for the hand in the pocket. I'm waiting for the wave of the toy or the show of the treat and things like that. And actually, when you start going down that route, it is quite deadly because they are clever and intelligent and just like us. So they're not trying to take over the universe with this, just like us. They will do what works for them in their life. And if somebody is going to pay you £100 for a job, would you do that? Say if the job was, oh, I don't know, lick a stamp and put it on a book, and they give you £100. Yeah, great, fabulous. So then they basically you turn it around so that what's happening is you're not even licking the stamp and putting it on, but they're giving you the £100. You would totally do that, wouldn't you? You'd go, well, why am I going to bother licking the stamp and putting it on the book if I can have my £100 anyway? I might as well sit here on my TikTok or whatever. So they're doing no different than we would do. They're not trying to be naughty, disobedient, or any of these things that they get accused of being. They are just clever and they're using their intelligence correctly. So they're just doing what works, the same as we would do. So when you're positive reward based training, the biggest thing to remember is that when you use your reward marker word to say that there is a reward coming, it is based on the fact they have already done the thing and you're going to give them a reward for it. It isn't for using to bribe them to get something that to get them to do something they don't want to do. So it's not a case of here's that £100 waving in front of their face. Could you please lick that stamp and put it on there, and then I will hand over the £100. No, because aside from anything else, you actually mess with your bond and your trust at that point, because your reward marker word is a promise. I actually call them commitment cues. It is a commitment cue to your dog that you loved what they did, and therefore you're going to give them their equivalent of a gold star. So some kind of good reward, toy, environment, whatever. If you start bribing instead, that whole system falls apart and they will stand off and they will call you out on it. And what will happen is exactly what I've seen this week. You will have that problem grow and grow, and your dog will stand out there saying, well, I'm not coming back. You haven't shown me what I'm going to get. And that's what I feel I now need, because that's what you've been doing. Instead of, when I'm out there and I hear you call, I'm going to come back because I trust that you will present me with some kind of reward. Full stop. I have that trust. If I yelled my reward marker now, all three of my dogs would leap up knowing that 100% I was going to deliver something worthwhile for them. I'm not going to be waving things around saying, what's this? If you've got a standoff because of that, take a look at if you're using your rewards as rewards, or have you slipped down the bribery, what's this route? Hopefully you find that helpful, and I will be back with more tips soon, and hopefully I will be able to speak better next time.